Hello there, you're back with the Lonesome Gamer. I'm playing Talisman, the second edition. And we're going with a troll, the Inquisitor, and the Amazon. So let's go on. The troll goes first. That's a 1. So, well, he goes to the village and he visits the mystic. So, let's see what happens. That's a 4. If you are evil or neutral, you become good. So, he is actually neutral. So he now becomes good, and that is good for him because there is no danger that I might imprison him for heresy now, or actually that the Inquisitor might imprison him for heresy. Okay, so see, it's the Inquisitor now, and he's got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is also good because he's got to go here to the healer. He just has 2 life points left, and the healer will up to 2 lives per visit for free. So that is perfect for him. So he's back at 4. And then the Amazon. Okay. Let's see. That's a 2. So I guess she goes here to the fields and she draws another card. Oops. And that's the Pool of Life. Okay, that's good. Place a total of 4 lives here when revealed. You may bath in the pool once per visit and take 1 life from the pool to add to your own lives. When all 4 have been taken, the Pool of Life drains away to the discard pile. Okay, so she takes actually the first one. So there are 3 remaining. And she also is now back at 4. So all players now recovered from the pestilence which was in the region. Okay, that's the next turn now. It's again the troll and he's got a 6. So, well, he could pray in the church, or he could go to the tavern. Well, that's an interesting question. I think he goes into the tavern. And he rolls a die there. Oops. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, that's a 3. And that means, I guess, you gamble and lose 1 gold. Well, it's not written what happens if you don't have any gold. I think the person he gambled with will not be very happy about that, but in the end, I mean, when you gamble with a troll, it's maybe not such a clever idea to do that. Okay, so now it's the Inquisitor once again, and he's here at the healer. Let's see. That's a 3. So he could go to the Sentinel or in the forest. He goes to the Sentinel and draws a card. And that's a volcano. Okay. It says, well, just a minute. A volcano erupts with a crack of thunder. All strangers in this region are engulfed and swept off to the discard pile. Okay. That's sad because the healer goes away. Okay. And then it's the Amazon. That's a 3. Or she could go here and attack the Inquisitor. And, well, that might be a good idea. She does that. She attacks him. And she rolls. She's got a strength of 4. The Inquisitor has a strength of 2. So she attacks and she's got a 6. So that's definitely enough. And now I am thinking, I got a few possibilities. I could either take a gold, I could take 1 life point, or I could take the object. Well, it's not so. She already has 2 objects, so she can only carry 4. So, and the cross is not such a good object, so I guess she won't take the cross, but she could use some gold, I guess. So she takes 1 gold, and that's it. And the troll goes on, and that's a 6. Okay, so, well, okay, I guess I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna, well, I don't know. I could go in the city actually, but I don't know. What happens here? Gain 1 craft. Maybe that's better. He goes into the village, to the mystic, and that's a 1. So nothing happens. Oh, is that true? Yes, it is. Okay. The Inquisitor rolls, and that is a 4. So, well, he could go to the cracks, but I guess this is not such a good idea. So he goes into the village, and now what he does is he attacks the troll with psychic combat. And yeah, so that's a 4 for the Inquisitor. So he's got an 8. The troll can't do that. And now the Inquisitor can take the sword. And well, might be a good thing. So then it's the Amazon, and she's got a 4 too. So, well, the funny thing is now the Amazon could attack the Inquisitor actually. Or has she got to attack both of them? I'm not sure, I have to check this. In the rules it's written a character has to encounter 1 character or the space itself. Doesn't say he has to encounter a character. So I assume he has to choose one of them and attack them. And she tries to attack the Inquisitor and maybe steal the sword from him. That might be a good idea. So she's got a strength of 4. But remember, she can do the fight again if she's not happy with the outcome. So she attacks. That's a 7, and the Inquisitor has a 2 + 1 for his sword. Well, that's just the 1, so that's a 4. So in the end, she defeated the Inquisitor and she can take the sword. Well, so she's not bad actually, but the thing is she's not really specialized. She's also good in craft and in strength. Might be interesting. Okay. So then it is the troll once again. And he's got a 1. Okay. I think I simply go here to the fields and draw a new card. Okay. That's a golem. And it says strength 5. No spells, weapons or magic objects can be used against the golem. A monstrous golem is demolishing this area. It will remain here until it is killed. Okay. Well, let's see. The golem attacks, so it's a 5 plus 6. Okay, this is gonna be hard. The troll has a 5. So, actually, it seems to be a standoff. Yeah, it is. Okay. So the golem stays here in the fields. And it's the Inquisitor. He's got a 2. So, well, if he goes to the graveyard, he loses 1 life. So he doesn't want to go there, I guess. He goes in the forest and he's got to roll. And that's a 4. Safe. Yeah. Okay, so he's safe. And the Amazon, well, actually I think she might roll 2 dice to go a little away from the other characters, especially the Inquisitor. If he goes into psychic combat. On the other hand, she's got that crown and the Holy Grail, so she doesn't have to be afraid of psychic combat anyway. Does she? No. Interesting. Anyway, she rolls 2 dice, and that's a 6. So, well, okay, I guess she goes into the tavern. Why not? And she rolls a die. And that's a 3, so she loses 1 gold. And the troll, a 3. By the way, I noticed that this die is not perfect. I mean, it's you might not see the result very good, but it's an old die and it's an old game, so I think you should play this with an old die. If it's too bad for you, post it and I will use another die. Okay, so it's a 3. He could go to the graveyard, which is bad, or he could go here to the ruins where these 2 monsters are. They have a combined strength of 7, while the troll just have a strength of 6. So, okay. Anyway, he tries to go there. He tries to fight them. I mean, here he has at least a chance to win this, while on the graveyard he will always lose. So the troll attacks. Oops. And again, well, that's a 6. So He might be lucky here. And he won. Great. So he can take both. And he can trade them. And just for the ones who don't know that, you can trade 7 strength total, and you gain 1 additional strength point for that. The interesting thing here is this works just with strength and not with craft. In the new edition, in the 4th edition of Fantasy Flight Games, this is different. You can do this also with craft. In the old edition you can't. I don't know why. I mean, maybe they say, okay, craft is already stronger because they have spells. The characters that go on craft, they have spells, they can use spells, so they have an advantage. And to make this advantage up, the characters that go on strength should easier develop. I don't know, maybe that's the reason, I guess. And now the Inquisitor goes. That's a 3. So 1, 2, 3. I guess he goes here on the fields and draws an adventure card. And this is a potion of strength. There is enough of the potion of strength for just 1 use. Once you have drunk it, place it immediately on the discard pile. When you decide to drink it, it will increase your strength by 2 for 1 turn only. Okay. Might be useful. And the Amazon rolls a die. And that's a 1. So, well, she simply goes there to the plains, draws an adventure card, and that is a porter. That is good, because the porter will carry 4 objects for you for the duration of the game, provided you pay him 1 gold. He has a strength and craft of 0. If you do not pay him, he goes off to the discard pile. If you lose him, you also lose any object he was carrying for you. Okay, especially because she already has 3 objects, and remember there is a carrying limit of 4, it might be a good idea to pay him. So she pays 1 gold, and now he goes here to the followers. Here are the followers, here are the objects. You can see that written on the cards, on the character cards. So, now this guy will carry up to 4 items for her. Okay. Now it's the troll again, but I just read a comment to the last video by Ironhelm, and he helped me with the ability of the Amazon. And he suggested that I roll 2 dice, and then I can choose which die I want to use for my movement roll. Until now I thought that I could choose to roll 2 dice and then add them together. But I will do it the way he suggested. Well, that would make her really strong, actually. Okay, so it's the troll now, and he's got a 4. So, actually, I think he moves right there in the woods and draws a card. That's a ghast. Okay. This vile undead creature saps strength. You must fight a round of psychic combat against it, and if you are defeated, lose 1 strength. The ghast will stay in this space until it is defeated. Well, this is bad. This is really bad for the troll because, well, he goes completely on strength, so the fight, psychic combat could be hard for him. So there is the attack by the Ghast, and that is an 8. No chance for the troll. So he loses 1 strength. This is bad. Okay. So this is placed here. Just like that. And the Inquisitor rolls now. And that's a 2. He goes into the woods, draws an adventure card. And that's an ape. Okay. An ape is terrorizing this area. So it attacks. And it has a strength of 3. That's a 4. And then the Inquisitor just needs a 2. Oh, he has that. A 2. So it's a draw. The ape will stay here. Okay. And now it's the Amazon, and I can roll 2 dice. That's a 2 and a 4. So, where will I go? Well, I guess I'm going here, 2 spaces, and draw an adventure card. And this is Mephistopheles. Okay. We have just been encountered by Mephistopheles on a mission to this land. If you are evil, he increases your craft by 1 point. If you are good or neutral, he converts you to evil. He then returns to his own dark kingdom. Okay. So now I'm evil. Okay. And we go with the troll once again. And that's a 4. So he goes here to the pool of life. And you can take 1 life point and add it to your own life. And I think you can do this even if you are completely healed. I think you just get an additional life point then. So here we are. Wait a minute, I made an error here. I now moved the Inquisitor. So I'll move the troll now, actually. So this is a 1. And the troll goes here. And the plains. And this is the poltergeist. Okay, he's really not very lucky. A poltergeist has attacked itself to you. You must take it as a follower. Its only effect is to slow your movement to 1 space per turn. You can only rid yourself of it by crossing water, the river, either by bridge, raft or ferry. You can then discard it. So it's not that bad actually. He can go this way here until he comes to that bridge and the poltergeist is gone. And now it's the Amazon. And these are twice a 5. So she might go to the village or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the hills. But then in the next turn she has probably to fight the troll. So, well, it's an interesting decision. I think... Yeah, she goes to the village and she visits the mystic there. So she rolls a die, and that's a 6. This is great. Gain 1 spell. Okay. So that spell says Water Walking. You may cast this spell instead of making a die roll for movement, either on yourself or on another player. The recipient is able to cross the storm river from any space in the outer region to any space in the inner region, or any space in the inner region to any space on the outer region. What? Without the need of a draft. Well, I gotta be honest here. This seems to be a little strange. I can't believe that. I simply don't believe this, because this would mean... I think they mean the middle region and not the inner region, because that would simply mean that I could go from here to the Valley of Fire if I had a talisman, and I think that would be far too strong. So I guess it's this spell is just to cross this river. Makes also automatically sense because it's water walking, and here there is this, I don't know, but it's definitely not water. I think here these are the fire mountains. It's written here. So I guess it's just this storm river where you can go with this spell. Okay, now it's the troll, and he's not allowed to move. He's got the poltergeist, so he moves here to the hills. Draws an adventure card, and that says Evil Darkness. Okay, an evil darkness from the nether worlds sweeps the land. All players except for those of evil alignment must miss 1 turn. The darkness then vanishes. Place the card on the discard pile. Okay. So, that means now he's not allowed to move. The Inquisitor, he's got a good alignment, but the Amazon can move. So, 2 dice for her. That's a 3 and a 5. So what she does is she attacks the ape here. So she rolls for an attack roll, a 4. She's got a strength of 4 and a sword. So she's got a strength of 5. Okay, that's a 6. And the ape, he just has a 5. So the Amazon won here, and she can take the ape as a trophy and maybe trade it later for more strength points. Okay, and the troll is not allowed to move because of the evil darkness, but the Inquisitor, he can now move. So that's a 2. And well, he could go to the plains or to the hills, and I guess he's going to the plains because he doesn't want to go too close to the Amazon. Okay, so draws an adventure card, and this is a gnome, and that's a pretty strong card. While the gnome is your follower, you need only roll 1 die when opening the portal of power by craft and 2 dice in the mines. You need not roll the die when in the cracks, you are always safe. You may evade enemies in hills. So that is very good, because he is probably going for craft, so he has got to go through the mines, and that makes the gnome a very valuable follower for him. And then it's the Amazon again. Oops. Okay, a6 or a1. So a 1 would be the sentinel, for example, or the graveyard. She could also move 3. She could attack the Inquisitor. That's a possibility. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I think actually she attacks this guy, the Inquisitor, and she could steal maybe the potion of strength or the gold. But now the Inquisitor uses this potion, because then he won't lose it. So now the Amazon attacks. He's got a strength of 5, and that's a 10. And the Inquisitor needs now a 6 to make a draw. And he has that. So now the Amazon can roll again. And this time it's not really good. That's a 6. And the Inquisitor just needs a 2 for the draw. And he defeats the Amazon. This is interesting. So now the Inquisitor can take an item, and he takes Solomon's Crown. This is great, because now he's got a craft of 6. So that's really pretty good, actually. Especially if you think about that he can go with the gnome. He doesn't have to roll that many dice. So actually now with this crown, with this item, he could really think about starting to get a talisman. Might be an idea. Okay, so, and well, then it's the troll once again. So the troll still's got the poltergeist, so he moves 1 turn, or one step, and draws a card. And this is the astral conjunction. That says the stars are aligned so that all spirits have their craft doubled for 1 round. Okay. So we should probably place that here just to remember that he draw this card. And then the Inquisitor has got a 2. So, well, that's the question now. I think, well, could move to the fields, or he could take another life point here. Well, actually, I think he moves to the fields. He needs to find some interesting things, actually. A water bottle. Okay, that's good. While you have a water bottle in your possession, you do not lose life in the desert. So if he considers going into the middle region, might be a good idea to have this. And now the Amazon, a 1 or a 4. So she goes into the woods and draws a card. And that is a horse, okay? The horse allows you to add up to 3 to your die roll for movement after you have rolled the die. Followers are restricted to the normal movement indicated by the die roll. If you leave them behind by using this extra move on your next turn, you can ride back to them without rolling the die instead of your normal turn. Okay, the horse is an object. So you can add up to 3. Yeah, well, that makes her very flexible in movement. That's not bad. Okay, now the astral conjunction goes away. And now the troll goes once again, and he goes to the city now. And then he goes to this enchantress and rolls there. And this is a 2. Well, that's definitely not bad, not good. He loses 1 strength. Okay, this is bad. So now he's actually worse than at the beginning. Okay. Well. And the Inquisitor, he's got a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. So he goes here to the plains and draws a card. And that's a shield. Great. If, as a result of combat, you have just lost a life, roll 1 die. If you roll a 5 or 6, the shield protected you and you did not lose that life, though you still lost the combat. Okay. So now he's got 4 objects. So if he wants more objects, he needs somebody who carries them for him. Maybe he could steal the porter away from the Amazon, but we'll have to see. So that's a 6 now, or it's a 4 and a 2 for the Amazon. So 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2. Well, she could attack the troll, but that doesn't make too much sense. So I suggest 1, 2, 3, 4. So she goes into the hills and draws another card. And that's 2 bags of gold. This is good. Okay. So the troll now can finally cross the bridge here and then get rid of the poltergeist. And he draws a card. And that is a lion. Strength 3. A lion is preying on all and sundry in this area. Okay. So the lion attacks. And he's got a strength total of 8 now. And the troll is at 5. Well, he's got a 6, so he killed the lion. Okay. Well, he has to do something to get stronger. He needs a little more luck. Okay. And now the Inquisitor. He's got a 4. So he could attack the troll in a psychic combat, for example. or 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I think it makes more sense to go in the fields. Maybe he draws some item or something. Okay, that's bad. That's a dragon. Strength 7. A dragon is terrorizing this area. So, okay. The dragon attacks. And that's a 12, so the Inquisitor doesn't even have to roll. But he could roll for his shield. On a 5 or 6, he don't take damage. And that's a 3, so he loses 1 life point. And the dragon stays here on the fields. Now it's the Amazon. And that's a 3 or a 1. So, wow. Once again, she could attack the troll. But I guess she goes here to the plains. And draws an adventure card. And that says Marsh. Okay. The marsh will remain here for the rest of the game. Whenever you land here, you must miss 1 turn if your strength is less than 5. Okay. So, she's got that. She's got a sword, but she only can use that during her combat. So actually her strength is 4. Her strength is 4. So she has to stay there for 1 turn. And it's the troll once again. And he's got a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in the plains. And that is a magic stream. Okay. Place a total of 4 strength here when revealed. You may drink at the stream once per visit and increase your strength by taking 1 strength from the stream. When all 4 have been taken, the stream vanishes. So this is good. So he takes the first one. So there are 3 placed now. And now he's got a strength of 6 once again. And the Inquisitor, he's got a 4. So that would actually allow him, 1, 2, 3, also to go to the magic stream. So there is now, he's got a strength of 2 now. And on the stream there are 2 points left. Okay. The Amazon isn't allowed to move. And the troll rolls. And that's a 1. So obviously he goes not on the ghast, but here on the hills. And it's the Berserker. Strength 3. A Berserker goes berserk and will remain here until beaten. When beaten he is not killed. Instead roll 1 die and move him that number of spaces clockwise. So he attacks. With a strength of 3, so that's a 7. And, well, this is definitely a draw, but yeah, it's no problem. So he moves now 6 spaces clockwise. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Berserker is now here in the ruins. And now it's the Inquisitor. That's a 3. And, well, he might move either to the tavern or to the city. Well, maybe it's a better idea to move to the tavern. If he wins 1 gold, he could buy an axe. Well, we will see. And yes, exactly, that's a 4. So as far as I know, that means he wins 1 gold. You gamble and win 1 gold. Exactly. Great. So now he might try to go and get to the village. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And then he could buy there an axe. So now it's the Amazon. That's a 6 or a 1. Well, I think she takes the 1 and attacks the Inquisitor in the tavern. But it's not so easy, but I guess she will do this. So she's got a strength of 5. Yeah, that's definitely enough. The Inquisitor doesn't have that strength. So he loses, and, well, that's now the question. I think she takes Salomon's crown because this is such an amazingly strong item to craft. So she takes that, and now it's the Inquisitor who has problems again. So he now can roll if he... No, of course he can't roll if he takes damage. Yeah, he just wouldn't lose any life if the shield protected him. But the combat is lost, so he loses the crown. Okay, so things can change pretty fast. Sometimes it's just 1 object. If the Inquisitor can get the crown back, then because of the gnome, he really could start trying to go into the middle region, and maybe he can get a talisman then, here at the Warlock's Cave. On the other hand, the Amazon is getting stronger, actually. She's got a sword. She's killed the ape, so maybe she can gain more strength when she kills another monster. She's got an interesting spell here, the water walking, and well, let's see. The troll is a little behind, actually. Okay, so I'm gonna upload this now, and yeah, I hope to see you in my next video.